Good day, do that. We're here at the nursing home, and we have our friend here, Olivia Barton from the Farmhouse Mansion. She took the position to be the chief of staff here at this nursing facility. And she'll be collecting the irons and making the drop off to our town's um, crematory, cemetery, wedding house. So we commend Aaliyah Barton for accepting this position. This is a full-time position where she will spend um, her life here living in this mansion and fulfilling the roles of escorting our Sims that went over to the afterlife. She'll be helping escorting them there. And I see already upon her moving in, the house account is in 3 million now. Plans to go up. We have Mr. James here, sleeping on a bench. Um, far to his knowledge, this is the same patio porch that the land grab kid met his fate. If I was him, I wouldn't be sleeping on this porch. Mr. Salvador James is up in age, so we'll be seeing him cross over to the afterlife as well here. And then we'll have Aaliyah Barton. She'll be in the household till we receive more residents here at the nursing home. Alright. You can see he's a little sad being a widower from losing true love. Um, he'll be sad for 2 days. He's going to go to a bedroom and lay down. Um, just witnessed the death. His wife caught herself making barbecuing, and she ended up barbecuing herself. I commend her for passing away to the afterlife. When she fell down with the plate of food that she had in her hands after she got caught on fire, she continued to hold that plate to the end. Held that plate to the end. I commend her for that. Although she left ashes in the kitchen, but we'll clean that up. Oh man, that's hilarious. I mean, she held that plate to the end. Alright, and we're gonna have her hire service here because Mr. James may be kicking the dust soon. I had recorded it and was trying to save it, but I was trying to get it to where someone was here at the house and that they was able to collect the irons as our Sims passed away. And I wasn't able to do that so soon, so they had died, and it was the end of that. And had recorded it. I'm not sure if I deleted the recording properly because I needed to get Aaliyah in the household to collect these irons, or me building and creating this facility would have been in vain. So I did that, and this is the rerun. So I had to pretty much do a rerun of this death. And we have Aaliyah Barton here, and she's talking to Mr. Salvador James to cheer him up after the passing of his wife. We're in one of the apartments in the nursing home. the upstairs of the annex. And it looks like everything's working fine. We got some stinky cups over there, or
Jabini no
stinky cups, and they need to be washed.
Oh, Campini.
I don't know why they put dirty dishes up anyways. This facility will fumigate with fumes and smells. It's way, way, way big and just predicting the future. Um, the older people are going to be coming. Some is not as neat as others. And plates and dishes will get left. People will die in the midst of eating. The cleaning person will only clean so good. And it's just like Mr. Salvador came up here and finished something that was on the table. And I'm like, wow, we got food laying around. And I go to my phone, it has Aaliyah, and we don't even have a cleaning service. So I will expect in the future of this place to be pretty messy. Fumigating with smells. Looks like Mr. Salvador James, he's going to eat his depression away. This apartment's pretty quaint. Like the furniture, definitely the window treatment is awesome. I love how the windows are posted at the top, and you still have your wall space, and still having a window to allow sunlight in. If you viewed the recording with the fire, then you'll know how important it is to have one of these fire prevention equipment. We did not have one downstairs. It started in the main house kitchen. Well, that's what she died, but it actually started on the patio of the main house kitchen on the barbecue grill. Our chief of staff, Amy Barton, ran downstairs, extinguished the fire, got her 1 point confidence of being a firefighter. And Mrs. James, she went into the main house kitchen and was trying to extinguish herself. Mr. Salvador felt that the TV program he was watching at the time was more important, or the piece of cheesecake he was eating was more important. Miss Aaliyah Barton, she was fighting a fire at the grill, so Mrs. James burned to death, unfortunately. It's quite a shame. Quite a time. It was an eye-opener. Noticed that the main kitchen did not have fire prevention equipment and also a smoke detector. So we watched that recording. We installed a fire prevention kit and installed a smoke detector. We also installed a fire prevention kit in the main house living room by the fireplace. Sometimes if you poke at a fire, it will be extinguished and unite, and it will burn your house down. Being that I put a lot of time, money, and effort into this home, I did not want to see it go up in flames, but I would love to watch a neighboring Sims. If I'm ever at one of their barbecues, house go up in flames, I would just like to see what we have there. And it looks like Mr. Burton here is expiring. Moving on to the next life. And he's calling out Overwatch. It is not me, sir. It is just a thing called life. So I'm gonna exit out of this camera view. I wanna see the Grim Reaper. He uses doors, and so he doesn't just vanish, disappear, and pop up body to body. He's going to enter in through your home and walk through your home and rape the body. But it actually looks like he made a fool of me and raped into my home. Well, we have it on a previous recording where he actually one that I erased, so definitely made a fool out of me. He walked around the house and went through the door. I'm like, just come through the window and grab the body. But no, he walked around the house and used the door to come in to reap the body. So, and here comes Aaliyah. She's coming to witness the death. All this death witnessing, we're gonna have to pair swell. And we have Phoebe's spirit is fading away. I need to manage the world, and we're gonna find out who Phoebe is. I'm gonna get some more residents up in here for Amy, and she's gonna be off to the resting haven. That is our cemetery here in town. That the wealthy and the who's who, the known royalty. That's where they are buried. We're gonna head there and add our two bodies and get Miss Aaliyah Barton back to the facility. She may go out and go to the gym. We don't know what's on her plate now. Did her job duties? It's not that extensive. We had Phoebe's spirit that said was fading away. I want to try to find out where Phoebe lives. Okay. She was a girl, 22 on her head. We got a couple older people here, right there. Sometimes their photos aren't the same. Their house photos aren't the same as the photos that pops up in your notifications. You are allowed to change your son's looks and appearances, so maybe she had an surgery procedure to change her looks and appearance. I'm just not getting Phoebe. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have Barton go ahead to this the cemetery and this little creek and drop these two urns off. And we're also going to move Spencer and his family into their new home across from King Harrison's future mansion, which is currently being built. And I'm just pretty much strolling through here to try to see who this Phoebe is and if we can get her to the facility. Even though she wasn't of money, I still want to give people a rest home. To rest in peace in. Okay, so I can't find it. So we're just gonna go ahead and have her visit this. See if we can get a Phoebe over here. And think about it doing this way. Seeing a way to see who's who. Alright, we see Zoe Pastel. Zoe Patel. A little older. Actually, everyone's in that house is a little older. We may be moving them to the facility after I check their semology. Just to see about how far they are into their older age. Phoebe may not be in my world, but just because she's not in my world, they'll still give me notifications on what's going on and around town. Okay, so I'm going to go back up and continue our first task at hand, which is Mrs. Barton. visiting the final rest haven of our town's Sims. And we are dropping off Salvador James. I'm not sure of Mrs. James' first name. We'll get that here soon, maybe. We're dropping them off at the cemetery, town cemetery. We don't view death as so bad, even though when it does happen, it's sad and heartening. But celebrate it, the afterlife, the moving on, and also when the Sims married, if you choose to get married at a park, at the bowling alley, at the cemetery here. We actually welcome marriage here and prefer it to be here. Um, kind of look at it as you're being blessed by those who passed on before you, getting married, and they'll be able to see it and watch it and give you their blessings. So it's just not all a bad thing. Kind of try to make something positive out of sad situation. We're gonna have her go in here, and we're gonna put these irons in the inside. And once you drop them down, unfortunately, it will turn into gravestones. I'm not sure if that's just an outside thing or if that would do it in here as well, but we'll see here in just a second. Two gravestones, and we're going to place into the world. I'm not going to engrave, it's not my family. And I'm not saying they don't need to be recognized or known, but and I think I'll just contradict myself again. I think we're going to carry these on outside, and I'm going to try to not staff the inside, but put in the inside those who were very close or in my family. And these are just friends, so we'll give them a nice place side by side out here. And we're gonna take Miss Aaliyah Barton. Let her go home. And let her go home, and we are going to move more people into the nursing home. We have the Spencer Kim family, which I had previously did this already, but I had to overwrite it, and the James family death didn't go how I wanted it to go, so we had to redo that and overwrite it. But we're gonna have to remove the Spencer Kim family into their new mini mansion, which is across the street from the mansion that I'm building for the future home of the King Harrison family. And we're going here into Willow Creek. Probably was just there. I'm gonna move this family out. Going to the top, and they will be going in Newcrest. This upcoming community, new development. They're gonna go to the Cano, build a house. They can sell their furniture, and it comes furnished, and we're purchasing the home. They're there, we're playing. Let them get on in and get settled, tinker with some new things, ooh and ah, new things. Mr. Spencer Kim is not quite an elder yet, but his wife is. I try to keep them together as long as possible. I spoke with Leah Barton. She didn't plan on having any kids and getting married. She kind of had some confidence issues, and I told her, "You're okay the way you are," and made her happy. And she took the job as chief of staff here at the nursing home, which is a very big position. Pretty much have to give up your personal life to and commit it to those who are in need, those who are an elder, need just extra supervision before they pass on to the next round. And let's see, Eric Lewis, and we have Alice Spencer Kim and Olivia Kim Lewis. So I don't think they're married, or if they are married, they must kept their maiden names. So we are going to just let them chat a bit outside for a little bit. We're going to get a good overview of their home that they just purchased. And this was the person I was telling you guys about who dreamed of having a home valued over $350,000. You have it there in the bottom right hand corner. Purchased 20 columns, and he had 15 out of the 20s. I might just purchase 5 and delete them just so he can check that off of his aspiration. and let's see, we're gonna give him 5 more columns. I don't know where we will place them. Maybe 2 go right there, and 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll give him 5 columns so he can check this one off his aspiration as well. I'm gonna go to my eyedropper. Duplicate whatever you touch it on, design. That's the stairwell, that's the brick, the column. We have that. That's one column. 2 columns. 3 columns. 4 columns. 039 did not upload. 5 columns. And I mean, things that's not uploading, I believe that was the fire incident that did not upload. Glad you guys are seeing that pop up, so we can all complain to PlayStation or complain to someone what's going on here. Thinking it's the content that has nudity and maybe graphic, or that is maybe death. We all aren't the same age, so we all vary in ages, so we have to be respectful to the youngins. So maybe firing, witnessing death is kind of sometimes we don't want to give parents a hug moment to discuss with their kids. And some parents may want to get lost in the game of Sims as well. So this is taken away from the game to explain what's going on here. So may change my content. See if I can do something with the content in the future as far as saying that this is graphic, even though this is Sims, but it's just to give awareness. And he has fully reached his aspiration. And we have the music, and Eric has just his dream of building the ultimate mansion. He certainly earned a victory lap of luxury. He's earned thrifty and get a rebate for all build mode purchases. So select that expiration. And let's see. So for all build mode, he's Thrifty Sims receive a 10% rebate on all build mode purchases made each week. Rebates will be directly applied to household funds. So you'll get your money back. And, we are of money, so I'm not pretty concerned about receiving a rebate. I chuckled to myself the other day. I had seen that they had where you get the houses for free, and I'm like, my family's rich. Whatever I spend on a house, I can just put that money back in my account, and it's like I've gotten it for free. And that was funny. But yeah, he thinks he's in a mansion of 350, but if he look out his front window, that's a mansion across the street. But we're not going to kill Mr. Eric Lewis's dream, but that's the future home of the King Harrison's family. This is our new estate, and it's not completed, and we haven't moved in it. We're still residing at the old estate, but this is the future home. We've gotten outside, whipped together, living next door to a house of such stature that I have gotten from the open gallery. It was just right that we build one just as grand. Not Victorian, but it's just as grand and it's kingly. So we have the kingly mansion and the Victorian mansion right next to each other, and across the street we have the baby. Alright. Well, unfortunately, you guys couldn't watch Mr. James Salvador, or it's just the James. This is the James Salvador, his wife. That video did not upload, and so unfortunately, you guys couldn't see that. And maybe this one may not be uploaded because of the death of James Salvador. So if not, I'll be commentating and doing this for nothing. Let's hope it does, and make sure you like, subscribe, and follow.